The wildcard is active for game week 2, so let's have a look at how the team is shaping up. If there are any changes, follow me on Twitter at FPL Hall or catch my live stream either Friday 12 o'clock lunchtime UK time or Saturday morning at 9 AM. Starting off in goal, we have Edison. Now, I need a long-term goalkeeper I can trust to take me to the World Cup after game week 16, and there's no one you can trust more than a multiple Golden Glove winner than Edison. He gives you a potential double up inside that Man City defense to get those clean sheets for just 5.5 million, and you're looking at between 16 and 20 clean sheets a season and 130 to 170 points as well. So for me, the fact that he's 0.5 million cheaper means that you've got a discount on probably the best potential clean sheet goalkeeper in the Premier League. Starting off in defence, and we have William Silva back on his multiple loan spells outside of the club. He really impressed against Crystal Palace and gives you a good 4.5 million defensive option at Arsenal. People were looking at Tomiyasu pre-season, who is not back to fitness, and also looking at Ben White, but as soon as the likes of Tomiyasu comes back, we're not too sure who is going to be playing, but I think Saliba has made a good account of himself to be that player in the Arsenal defence. Also, Walker for 5 million. Pep came out and said it was probably the best that he's seen from the Manchester City fullback since his time at the club, and without any signings on the horizon, it looks like he could be getting more minutes under his belt at the right back slot for Man City, with Cancelo keeping the left back position. I feel there's great value here because for 5.5 million and 5 million, so 10.5 million for a potential double up at Manchester City's defence, and with no signings coming in to take Kyle Walker's place, I feel that represents great value for money. I know I don't have Cancelo for 7 million. I don't personally feel that he's looked on it just quite yet. Of course, it's early in the season, we've only had the Community Shield and game week 1, but I want to spend that money elsewhere and I'm fine with this double up at the back. We also don't know the change of the system slightly, with Grealish being wider on that left side at the moment. We don't know how much that could impact Cancelo, but I'm happy with going with Walker and Edison as my two Man City defenders. Reece James is one of the players that retains his place in the squad. I just feel as though, again, looking at long term and looking at ceilings for players, I think the Chelsea defence look fantastic, with only Liverpool at home in game week 8 and Spurs at home this game week 2, that really stand out. All the way up until game week 18, Chelsea has a really great run in, and with the likes of Cucurella joining to solidify the backline, Azpilicueta is staying as well, and there are rumours to bring in another defender. I don't see any problems with Chelsea's defence. Their attack might have some issues, but I think defensively, with the fixtures and the potential James has, he's an easy decision to make. Finally, in defence, we have Trent Alexander-Arnold. No surprises here. I think he was the worst player on the pitch in game week 1, but that is again just a small sample size. If we go back to seasons gone by, we know the quality of Trent Alexander-Arnold. I don't have to spend time here to explain about what he can offer to your FPL side. In midfield, we have an Arsenal double up of Martinelli at 6 million and Saka at 8 million. So I believe for players under 8 million, Martinelli is right up there in terms of value and potential and his point ceiling. He is in the starting 11 for Arsenal. There is the offer of Smith Rowe from the bench, but he's not back to fully fitness yet. But in terms of the starting 11, Martinelli is in Arsenal's best 11. And even if there's some game weeks where he only plays 60 to 70 minutes, I think that's enough time for the Brazilian to do damage to the opposition. And we have Saka for 8 million here. I like having the 6 million and 8 million price points in my side because there's other players I can go to if I need to. But Arsenal's run at fixtures all the way up until game week 9 is a sea of green. Really high potential here for Arsenal, so I think the double up in midfield is fine. We've got Manchester United away in game week 6, which I don't believe is a red fixture anymore. Game weeks 10 and 12, they're at home to Manchester City, but if you take Man City and Liverpool out of it, from game week 2 to game week 14, Arsenal have a ridiculously good run of fixtures, so I think the double up for Arsenal here is more than fine. And we are going all out attack here, 3 up front. Mitrovic for 6.5 million could offer great value, but if game week 1 was some kind of fluke, which I don't think it was, he can always go down to a 4.5 million and I can improve the squad elsewhere. But with a couple of fixtures against Wolves and Brentford coming up, let's see how the Serbian hitman does. And as you can see, Darwin and Haaland here going for the new boys. When Darwin came off the bench, he was an absolute game changer for Liverpool. They were trying to find him every time, and he's the spearhead of an attack. Even if he doesn't start for Liverpool, you've already seen how dangerous he can be when he comes off the bench. And similar to Mitrovic, if it doesn't work out for Darwin, I can always reassess and move the money down and move it elsewhere. But I would like to start in an attacking manner this season, hence game week 1 bench boost, and I would like to see what Darwin does in my side. And then Haaland is the final man and the captain for this game week over Mo Salah at home to Palace. This is because they're against Bournemouth, who despite a very good result in game week 1 against Aston Villa with a 2-0 victory, I do believe Haaland's run of fixtures for Man City and the quality he showed and Man City as a team showed in game week 1 really sets him apart here. So I'm going to go for a Haaland captaincy. For the substitutes, we've got Ward, which is a 4 million playing goalkeeper, which is excellent. Even if I'm not too sure that I'll need him, it's always nice to have a backup goalkeeper for the cheapest possible price. Botman at 4.5 million. Newcastle have looked solid since Eddie Howe's come into the team. And for 4.5 million, I'm not expecting a lot, and I actually don't obviously want him to play often, but if he does, Newcastle have a great run of fixtures and they look defensively sound. Going into midfield, Silva, who has had a bad run in terms of injuries and getting some red cards. He came off the bench for Brentford and got the equalising goal against Leicester in game week 1, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see him making more appearances for the Bees. And then finally we have Andreas Papara, who plays just behind Mitrovic in a 10, sometimes forcing himself to get up there up front when Mitrovic can offer great value at 4.5. So the reason you can see I went for that bench boost now, pretty much all my money now is inside my starting 11 for the rest of the season, which is great. And even if we need to go to the bench, 0.5 million Botman, apart from that, it's as cheap as we can be, but we're getting real value with Andreas and De Silva and Botman. And then of course the 4 million Ward. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, maybe leave a like and subscribe and let me know what your transfer plans are and your captaincy for game week 2. I hope to see you on the live stream on Friday 12 o'clock or Saturday at 9 AM. Follow me on Twitter at FPL Hall and you'll get all the updates and information and any changes to this team directly from there. Take care and have a good one.